Hello my friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Shaz and I love all kinds of colorful makeup. Today I'm going to review the Dollhouse palette for you by Blend Bunny and I'm going to do this eye look. If that sounds good to you, without further ado, let's jump right into the video. I've already primed my eye with icing from a Glamlight. A lot of people call this a neutral palette with a twist or a neutral palette with a pop of color. As you can see, there are some pops. This palette reminded me of those, what were they called? Mega Pro palettes by Lorac. I had all four of them that I bought over the years. I remember the Mega Pro one I bought in a relaunch. But anyway, I sold all of them recently and then this palette launched. And then I was like, wait a minute, I feel like I just sold the palette that looked like this. Because I was thinking about it and I'm like, am I just replacing something that I sold? It doesn't matter. A lot of people were raving about this palette. And I thought to myself, you know what, I don't have a lot of neutral things. It's probably a good idea for me to have a neutral palette. So, and I've heard a lot of fantastic things about this, obviously, over the internet. So when it was on sale, I picked it up. I'm gonna go into my crease with this light purple. It's called Hold Me. If you all remember, a couple of weeks ago, right before the Primal palette launched, Blend Bunny had a sale, 25% off or 30% off or something like that. So that's when I picked this palette up. I also picked up the Blends palette and their eye brush set. I just kind of wanted to try. I'm always in the market for good eye brushes. However, I don't own anything high-end. Honestly, I own a lot of eye brushes by BH Cosmetics. If you remember, BH Cosmetics had a sale literally every weekend last year. In fact, even right now, I think their whole website is still on sale. Now I want to use the dark purple in the outside, in the outer V. I'm going to use a small brush for this. I consider BH Cosmetics brushes pretty high quality. They might not be the same as, I don't know, you know, Refer. I do not own Refer. I own a couple of MAC, but honestly, I don't even really use them that much. I'm sure there is a huge difference, but I can't feel it. So I'm gonna go back with this and try to blend the two colors. So just deepening my outer V, as you can see. Okay, I think that's a reasonable blending. I'm gonna blend the edges, the top edges a little bit. I'm gonna put this color called Rouge, although it's not a rouge, or you know, rouge means red in French. This is obviously a mauve color. I'm gonna put that on the inner part of my lid. For that, I'm gonna pick a packing brush. As I said, I'm always in the market for eyeshadow brushes. If you have any thoughts or ideas, let me know. And speaking of that, I think both Sigma and Refer are having a sale. The sale might be over by the time I post this, but just in case, you might want to check that out. Back to the story that I was saying. Bought these in that sale, and then what happened was that the brand launched the Primal palette. For 24 hours this weekend, Blend Bunny had a 25% off with a code. Definitely check their Instagram. They frequently have these like pop-up sales. So if you want to pick any of these palettes up, you might want to check Instagram or wait a little bit. There might be a sale. Okay, I'm liking that, and honestly, I think they blended pretty well. Now what I want to do is I want to dab a little bit of glitter primer right where the two colors meet, and I'm gonna add a shimmer over there. I'm gonna use NYX glitter glue. I'm now going back to the palette and I'm gonna pick a little bit of this color called Tulle on my finger. As you know from my other video, I like to apply shimmer with my finger. The good thing about NYX glitter primer is that you don't even really need to apply it to your eye. You don't really need to swipe or do anything. it kind of just applies itself. You just have to dab it and it's gonna just absorb the shimmer from your finger. I'm loving this. Honestly, I feel like this is one of the few times where I'm just super excited about this. You know, the whole purpose of these videos is for me to try to use as many color as I can from this palette. So I'm gonna go into the inner corner. I'm not sure if I want to use this color called Lace or this color called Pretend. Let me swatch them on my hand and show you. From the angle I'm looking at it, and I'm going to show you in a second, but from this angle I see a purple shift or like a magenta shift, and from the other angle I see a red shift, and I'm talking about this one. I don't know which shift you can see, and this one is sort of a gold, very light gold. It could kind of be a topper shade. You know, I think I'm gonna go with the pink one. I think that would go better with this look. A brush with a small tip. And apply that. If I want to apply the dark color, I usually just pick the same brush that I used to do the darkest color, and I look up and I just apply that, and I try to just move it right under my eyelid as close to my lash line as I can. This, I'm guessing, is absolutely not approved by the true makeup artists, but I like doing this. It literally gets off any color that's left on the brush, and it might even go beyond, but I don't mind that. And then a lot of times I also then pick up the lighter shade and then go over it just to blend it out a little more. But obviously, if this isn't your thing, you can just pick a brush like this to get the job done. I'm also now going to use the packing brush to a little bit of that mauve color down here too. Okay, friends, look is done. I'm liking it a lot. I was not expecting it. What is very fascinating to me is that this eye look looks pretty colorful to me. Somehow when I look in this palette, I think my brain is a little bit more drawn to these more muted colors. So I just mentally cannot even get over making such a colorful look, right? It's interesting though, because it's very obvious that this palette was created by someone who has a great eye for, you know, how colors can mix to create something very different. So, I mean, great job on the color story here. Let me go do this eye off camera and I will be right back. Okay, friends, I'm back with the completed eye look. In a minute, I'm gonna bring the camera closer to show you the look from close up. On my lips, I used the Mija. I think this is an old ColourPop. I'm pretty sure it's no longer available. It's a ColourPop liquid lipstick. And then on my mascara, I used Monsieur Big by Lancôme. I also have pretty long, dark and long lashes. Honestly, I usually don't even use mascara and don't feel like the need to put falsies on. But if you all are doing this look, please do whatever makes you feel comfortable. And then I also applied a little bit of this highlighter. This is number 1, the Chubby Stick by Clinique. If I were to give a first impressions on this palette, you know, this is the very, very first eye look that I'm doing with this palette. I hadn't even touched these shadows before this. The blendability and the pigmentation were fantastic. The color story is pretty impressive because, as I said, in one look, my eye goes to all the neutral colors, but I managed to create a pretty colorful look. And I can imagine that, you know, using the blues, using the purple, or the shimmery military green, or some of these other sort of pink bronze colors, and even this one, the brick orange color, you can pretty much, or this one even, you could have the possibility to move the eye look towards something much more colorful than it might look at first sight. If you want to see more eye looks with this palette, or want to just have some more eye look ideas with this palette, let me know. I can make other follow-up videos for this. Let me bring the camera closer to show you a close-up look. Here's a close-up of the eye look. Okay, now let's go into the swatches. Here are the swatches for the top row of the palette. I apply the swatches over bare skin. I do 2 swipes at a time for each color. Here's the swatches of the second row. Swatches of the third row. Swatches of the fourth row. This is the only row where I feel like there's a little bit of redundancy in the colors. I feel the first, the third, and the fourth color look very similar, particularly the first and the third color, which are brown, look super similar. I'm not 100% sure if they look different on the eye at all. And swatches of the last row. Okay friends, thanks so much for being here with me and watching my video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I do a lot of colorful eye looks and indie makeup content on this channel, and I don't want you to miss any of that. Okay folks, until next time, bye!